Hey y'all, Jesse Caitlin coming at you with a collective check-in about the energies going on as of late. Just feeling guided. The fairies want to speak with the wild wisdom of the Fairy Oracle by Lucy Cavendish and Selena Fenich. Now, I have an announcement if you didn't catch the full moon reading. As of Sunday, this coming Sunday, the October, let me just get the correct, oh, what's new in calendar? Okay, that's fine. So as of October 28th, I don't know what I'll probably be in a van unless a big miracle happens. And I have been retracting my energy completely from everyone, including my twin flame. And just focusing on my aura and filling out any dents and co-creating for the future. So I aim to still be here for you. It might be more difficult, but that's what, but not impossible. So if you would like to support the channel in any way, shape, or form, like, share, subscribe, get in line, please, for a personal reading or a healing Reiki session. My schedule is wide open at this point in time. Instructions and descriptions of the psychic services will be down below in the information box, along with links to Facebook, which I will not be very active on. Instagram, same deal. If you want to contact me, best do it through email, okay? But Facebook and Instagram do have daily card pulls for you. They're for you to read and to absorb. And you can join me on Patreon for monthly contributions in exchange for personal services. So there's that as well. All right. So let's see what is happening today. In the very near future, it just feels like there's this collective tug. And no matter when you're watching this video, it could be on the internet and you could be watching it years from when it's posted. You're feeling a cosmic tug that this message is relatable to, I'm sure. So everything happens for a reason in this glitchy world of a matrix. Okay, let's see here. I haven't used this deck in a really long time besides the daily today. And it just feels like they're waking up and stretching like, oh yes, I remember this. All right, so everybody put in their intention. Let's get some guidance from Spirit directly, the union of the feminine and masculine energies. And we're going to split them up like that. Okay, so we're going to see what's going on. For the general collective, take it as you will. If you want to read this as a twin flame reading, or you can always ask yourself a question and then allow an answer to come through no matter what outside stimuli. Essentially. Don't forget, we all have the energetic makeup of both feminine and masculine, aka light and dark. Yes, light and shadow, I should say. Light and shadow. To me, dark is when there's more shadow than light, you know, an imbalance. All right, so one more. Ooh, okay. Okay, I'm seeing 3 cards for each side. So divine feminine, divine masculine. Okay. And the union of the two. Okay. What is going on right now? The divine masculine is clearing up communication blocks. And this is within the own aura. So that, take my life as a perfect example of me like having a major stimuli and then going deep within and communicating with the self. And this is, the unicorn is the invisible. It's the pure. It's the purity that, okay, so communication with unicorn, purification, undercover action. Undercover action, the unseen, the unknown. And things can be seen. I mean, if you do see unicorns, if you see unicorn energy in people, valid as fuck. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that this is work done unseen. So there, if you are thinking about a divine counterpart, masculine, if you are the viewer and you are the chaser to a degree, and you're wondering how they are or what they're doing, they're not exposing their heart at this time. And the divine masculine force, no, they are going within. And they are solving problems. So if you're feeling this surge through yourself of like really diving deep within and not being so concerned with the 3D reality, that's all right. That's because the 3D master of the short well, of deliverance of the 3D, I should say. Not the creation of it, the deliverance of it. They're going within, and they're clearing the way with their driving force. They're widening their bandwidth for emotional and metaphysical and fairly feminine understanding. The feminine force, I just heard lockdown, gatekeeper, fairy time, time shifts, dimensional slips. And that's what the daily was about today. I'm sorry, all my stuff is on the desk. There we go. I'm not very detail-oriented. I'm more big picture-oriented. Working on the details. Right? Putting my third eye into focus on what else needs attention. So fairy time, time shifts, dimensional slips. And that is the perfect segue. Putting your focus to what needs attention, like under the divine masculine ushering, right? There's this force to purify, and the divine feminine force within us all knows that right now is not the time for action. The time could come. Honestly, I'm feeling like this full moon happening on Wednesday might be like the unlock and a door open. Right now, though, the feminine is on lockdown and needs to be locked, right? And if you're a divine masculine force, you are feeling this. You are feeling this. It's what's allowing you to go deep within. The feminine force locking down inspires the divine masculine to clean up house, to clean up the act within the individual selves and as a divisive collective, however you resonate with the message. ¿Por qué no los dos? And then there's always more, right? So, what to do about these overall tones here? The divine masculine with this communication, with this purification makes so much sense. You have silver sisters. We have silver sisters. So the divine masculine in the individual form, shielding, shielding, shielding. Feminines don't disbelieve anything about yourself, all right? And coupled with this energy and the divine masculine flow with the divine feminine flow, we have ask for what you want and be honest. Midnight Prince, all right? So take time to take protection from toxic thoughts and energy. That divine masculine energy is purifying. Again, I'm getting the feeling of the masculines, the runners in twin flame relationships, for the viewers who are curious, and for those who are running away. If you're a divine masculine and you come here for guidance, you cannot escape your emotions of the pure kind, of the loving kind. And you're realizing, the divine masculine force is realizing that anything that pollutes that bond is extraneous. It's superfluous. There's no need for that. They are concentrating on the pure bond. They are feeling their heart space and their solar plexus connect to something. So divine masculines, you feeling a rumbly in your tumbly? Winnie the Pooh. I'm a Disney fan. From, because I'm so fly, Neverland. Ha. If you're feeling a rumbly and you're tumbly, that's just your solar plexus connecting. And don't fear anything that, of what needs to be done. All right? Now, if you're a divine feminine force, if you're a divine feminine embodier, if that's how you feel in the balance, you're not to take action. It's more of, again, I keep hearing that word, lockdown, 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 lockdown. Your energies are on lockdown because the divine masculine as a whole, globally speaking, you can see it as a historical culture. Come on now, just because you're alive now doesn't mean you don't participate. If you identify as a divine masculine embodier, you do participate in the old ways. But the cosmic forces are purifying that, all right? So the divine feminines here, whether you are unionized in a soulmate relationship or with your twin flame, or you're experiencing a repel and you're in separation, but you think about this person a lot, or you're feeling a need to discipline yourself, if you're not feeling a call, or if your relationships are good and you're feeling a call in yourself to have a bit of a shakedown, that's all right. Allow things to have a shakedown so that you can get to the bear. Be honest. That's the key. That's the trick. That's the trigger. You have to ask the universe for what it is you really want, not for what it is you thought you want. All right? And that's the thing about this energetic lockdown. Divine feminine force. It is retracting your energy from your future, from your past. That time slips, those dimensional slips. You may have been leaking your energy into your dreams, and it's such a fine line to dance, right? Well, how do I manifest if I don't think about it? Am I thinking about it too much? How I didn't know I was leaking. That's okay. You like the masculine force didn't know what they were doing. There's an awareness shift happening here. So this energetic lockdown is retracting your energy from all moments of time and soaking it up, and it's just this is my power, mine right now, to give you the co-creative power to manifest what it is that you truly want. And the masculine force within our individual selves is responding accordingly. So ask for what you want, your divine feminine force, divine masculines in bonds, right? What is it that you really want? Listen to your divine feminine force. Don't deny yourself. Take protection from the energies that would pollute that way of thinking from coming into fruition. It will kill it off before it gets a chance to nourish you. So be honest, take protection. Everybody. All right? The results going on, like right now, today, the reason for this call of a message, we have, honestly, I'm feeling like within the next 24 hours. So this, take it as you will. Fairy wishing well, manifestation, expectations, and offerings. This is the divine feminine force. Not a whole lot of action, is it? Look at her sitting down, cross-legged, holding on to the coin, putting your wish into it. Now, the proper wish is an open root chakra. That is what, honestly, all of humanity is struggling against. From a very, 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 very long time ago, there was information lost about what to do, about energetic evolvement, and human beings, men, kind of took the wheel and said, well, we don't know, but we're going to do it this way because someone's got to take charge. And it just went in a certain direction. The divine feminine force is applying balance by being on lockdown, by retracting her energy, because her energy is the energy worth living for, right? The divine feminine force wants to be shown respect. And to allow her to define what respect is, and to have the divine masculine receive that definition, absorb that definition, and be willing to deliver that definition. Boom. The divine masculine force, what's going on right now, the underlying result, carry me home, support, time to be carried, allow others to help. Not human being. This is a time to allow your ethereal world. The divine masculine is stepping into new territory here. As far as a collective goes, they're not used to, talking with the invisible forces, being affected by pure energetic entities, allowing negativity to leave their space. It's a divine masculine instinct to take control, right? And that's what's taught as a culture. Take control of your life, work hard, do this, do that. That's just what other people have told you and you believe is truth. Honestly, it's a trickle-down system. Who was the first one to say those thoughts? A fucking human being who very well could have been wrong. All right? So you're not, the masculine force, it's okay. It's okay to accept invisible help, to allow yourself to be changed from a source that is not outside circumstance, visible outside circumstance. You're not used to the invisible masculine force, but the feminine is. And they're wishing for the masculine to get their act together. All right? Feminines, it is a very masculine force to go on lockdown and protect yourself. That's exactly what you would be doing. If you identify as a feminine force, the protection you can do is put yourself on lockdown, reclaim your energy so that you can do this. So that you can put your energy where you want it. Not where other influencing thoughts suggest where you might want it. You have to listen to yourself, and the time is coming. The divine masculine is hearing the feminine. So masculines, it's okay. Buckle up. Prepare yourself. Purge. Cleanse. Allow yourself to feel the shift and be changed by it. Now, the unity of the two, the overall tone of spirit, which honestly, like the number's 33. So it's an ascending master number. 2 is like a beginning of an awareness. It's at least, 2 is like spirit is trying to draw your attention to something, to an attachment of yours. 3 is like, okay, we can ascend beyond this attachment. It's like overarching. It's like hopping over problems, elevating above, just the shape of the number, although tilted. So there's that. And it's magnified twice. So 3, 3. So mirroring effect. So if you're reading this for a twin flame relationship reading, cool. Or if it's coming in and out of it, which is probably more the case. Guidance, mentorship, teacher of the old ways, the Merlin. Magician energy. Alchemy. Invisible. It's real. It works. The feminine is done being pissed off and disrespected. Masculines, wake up. Wake up to the unity of the forces of creation. The more the masculine takes that accountability, the easier it is for the feminines to be appeased. And hello, happy wife, happy life. Now, we're not talking on a toxic individual scale. My aunt, my whole family, my sister, you know, it's just like they're offering what they can offer and it's toxic. And it's just like, I've been asking you to deliver love, and even you who crave it so much more than usual, people just don't know how to deliver it. It's not their fault. It's not their fault. So we're not saying on an individual level to just surrender your will, divine masculine embodier, to a partner like that and let them dictate and just because they're the feminine force. No, you have your own feminine force, right? It's about that balance. But it is about restoring, giving back. Like, the meek shall inherit the earth. It is the divine feminine alchemy of lockdown, retraction, asking for what you want and manifesting this. Because you cannot take. You cannot take it. What you can do, divine feminine force users, is refuse to attract in negativity. Actively repel that which you don't want. And it starts with having a safe enough environment to reflect on that. Now that's why lockdown. If you don't have a safe enough environment, you always have an environment inside. And that's where that manifestation comes from. So, divine masculine embodiers, you want a happier life? You want a life with more fulfillment? Start with appeasing the divine feminine force. First within yourself, by listening to invisible forces and allowing yourself to be helped by them within your individual self. That is the first step of allowing room for a feminine force in your immediate world. One way, shape, or form. Blessing from Goddess, even. Doesn't have to be just physical. Don't block this force out, masculines. Break open. Cleanse yourself and deny anything, anyone, any notion that pollutes the idea that the feminine is anything more or anything less than a creator of worlds. They are naturally more equipped in an organic machine with a certain kind of hard drive to deal with mystical energies. Oh, did you hear that? Angel love that message. Yeah, they're better at it. Okay, let them be. Take strength in what you're good at. There's a lot going on in the collective where the masculine mental energy is being scrubbed clean to think new thoughts. And honestly, the thought space is scrubbed clean with new thoughts, refusing to let good thoughts go. That's another form of protection against negativity. No, I'm going to hold on to this thought. This makes me feel good. This makes me feel more balanced. And I felt that in the solar plexus that we were talking about earlier. That connection. Stepping aside to allow room for a bond is very powerful. It allows more of your energy to go down to your root chakra, the invisible force. You don't have to take up so much space. Masculines in the solar plexus, in the heart, in the vocal, in the mental. The divine masculine has dominated this force and killed and suppressed anything that tried to live in balance with the dark void of the unknown, with the root chakra, the sacral chakra. Those wisdoms, those intelligences, those realms of knowing. You can feel that way. You can allow others to be that way better than you. And you just have to be willing to free fall. You have to be willing to ride the current set by someone else. Listen to the other force's desires. Listen to their definition. And feminines, if someone asks you for what it is, use your discernment. Listen to your root chakra. If they're not going to hear you, if it's going to fall on deaf ears, save your breath. But if they are asking in earnest, if you can sense that this person is coming from a place where they're working on not listening simply to retaliate, but actively listening, choose your words wisely. It's just as tricky and intricate as that be honest. You don't want to insert your ego when communicating to another ego. Now, my technology did a thing, so I don't know how that's going to come out. Big rush of energy. I'll repeat it just in case. You don't want to infuse your ego in communications with another ego. That leaves a lot of room for misinterpretation. So when it comes to communicating, if spirit is guided for people to communicate with you, listen to this guidance. Everyone of all spectrum of feminine and masculine influences, listen to the guidance. If you have manifested something, cooperate. In your continual lockdown, this lockdown, it's like, okay, my energy is mine. And that's my currency. My ability to beautify, to bring life, color, texture, love. Things worth living for. I'm going to use that as a reward. That's what men want, really. So, cleansing, purging. Everyone is doing a bit of a retraction here. To either know your power and create from it, or to be cleansed and be changed from this pull, this surge of energy from the universe. Spirit is talking to our magician self, right? We can do anything we want to, but there are certain ways to go about doing that. You know what I'm saying? There are some rules about how to do anything you want, get anything you want, be anyone you want. You know, like the saying is true. You can do and grow up to be anybody you want, child. Doesn't matter your circumstance. But you got to work with your circumstance. You got to work with your ego. You got to work with your story that you're given. But you can create anything from that fundamental building material that you chose before you were born. So I'm being led to this because this is pressure for diamonds. Okay? The divine feminine force wants the divine masculine force to clean up their act. That's what's going on right now. So the divine feminine force, do not self-doubt. Do not compromise. Do not compromise. That's what we're talking about when we're claiming your power from the past, from the future, and even from aspects of the present moment, from people around you. I am really sick of living with people who don't want my help, who don't like me. But I also remembered this week that my dad, and I share my story openly because people, it's not taboo. It's not taboo, and not talking about it allows it to happen more. That's a whole part of rape culture. Shh, don't talk about it. But yeah, my dad pumped me full of his cum for years. And then when he stopped when I was a toddler, I didn't know why. And I felt rejected. I felt like I had done something wrong. And that was a fundamental building block of my psyche. Can you imagine? Like, fuck. So when we're talking about, sorry, I'm getting emotional, exposing my deeper self there. When the feminine force is saying to the masculine force, this is what we want. Divine masculines, we mean it. All right? We need you to not question it at all. We need you to listen with a pure ear and a pure mind and pure receptivity. We need you to allow yourself to be carried away by the emotions of the feminines that you care about. Gaia ain't having any of it anymore. Neither are individuals. So if you've been rejecting it, as the masculines on a collective scale have been doing, you can't reject it anymore. I'm really sensing that. I'm sensing like you could go down a negative route, but it's almost impossible for you to. Especially if you're watching this video, you're already kind of like in the mysticism realm, right? So focus, put your intention on clearing your third eye from influences that taint your vision about what it is that the divine feminine has been trying to communicate as a whole, as well as individual if you have someone in your life. Okay? There it is. Take care, rock on. I love you for loving yourself. You know where to find me for now. Till Sunday. Life's an adventure. So I hope to have fun with it. I am having fun with it. I ain't scared. I feel wronged. I'm on lockdown. Alrighty, y'all. Peace.